Go Wolves!
Hello, my name is Timothy Evans. I am the head esports coach at Wolfe County High School. I am also one of Kentucky's Play Versus Super Coaches, and I would like to tell you about bringing esports to your high school. In the short amount of time I've been coaching, I have seen tremendous benefits to my players, both in terms of their skills and their growth as young adults. Esports helps reach a wider selection of student population rather than probably any other extracurricular activity. Gaming in general is extremely popular, but competitive gaming reaches kids who may have never participated in any other school activity. Experiencing a coached team atmosphere is an invaluable experience for any student, and esports opens that opportunity to any student who can operate a computer. In Kentucky, we use a platform called Play Versus to facilitate and manage all the esports games. Esports and the Play Versus platform have been a true blessing for my school because they provide a new outlet for official KHSAA high school competition. My students were looking for a way to participate in competitive video games, and esports has provided countless benefits like relationship and team building skills, 21st century critical thinking skills, and even scholarship opportunities for college. Yes, there are tons of colleges that are offering scholarships for esports, and even some in Kentucky. I've seen firsthand students overcoming obstacles and working hard to pass their classes just to be able to participate on our high school esports team. There is zero startup cost for school, and students pay $64 to participate. We do fundraising, and some kids just pay the fee outright. Wolfe County High School is a small, rural Eastern Kentucky high school with about 350 students. Even though we are small, we have a great esports program. Most schools have compatible computers already in their building, so all that is required is for the IT department to unblock any issues surrounding the games. Students never play during the school day, and we have official practices after school, which include scouting reports, game film review, scrimmages against other teams from around the state, and just general practice. My program has been so successful because I treat it like any other sport, and I put in the time and the effort. It can truly make a positive impact on the kids in your school if you take pride and build a great program. So we're going to do a little tour of our esports lab today. If you want to come on in and join us, this is where we do all our competitions and practices. So starting out, we have our cabinet where we keep all of our equipment, including our computers and our mouse and keyboard, mouse pads, controllers. We have some more computers in here. We have our streaming PC, and this is where we keep it all. Okay, so this is where we also do our game film review and study and scout our opponents and stuff. Here is our computers that we compete on. You can see our WC logo on the side. And here's the inside of one of our gaming PCs that we built specifically for esports. And here's some of the equipment that we use. We have G-Series Logitech headsets with our WC logo on it. We use MSI Armor RX 570 graphics cards. We have SteelSeries Rival 110 mouse that we use. We also have Velocifier mechanical keyboards that we use. And for our Rocket League team, we have wired Xbox controllers. So this is the regular computers that we also compete on from time to time in practice mode and not just game day.
I've been playing League of Legends on and off for 4 or 5 years, but only actually playing it for 2 since PlayVS started.
So what got you first interested in joining the esports team at Wolfe County High School?
I've always played video games, and you being one of my favorite teachers. I heard them talking to you about it, and I got super excited about it because I've always wanted to be like in a team environment playing games with people, and that's what drew me in, and I've loved it ever since. I feel like you should start an esports program because it offers that team building environment for students that don't have the opportunity or aren't as athletic as as other students. It offers a platform for them to build friends that other students already have that opportunity in stuff like basketball and soccer and whatnot.
Fact.
So what's one piece of advice you would give to new esports players?
Lots of practice. I don't think any of us would have got anywhere if we didn't practice like a good hour or two every day, minimum.
Discuss the importance of teamwork and synergy that you need to have with your teammates to be successful.
You won't get anywhere without having like cooperative plays, and like you won't get anywhere just solo playing and solo queuing everywhere. You have to have a team. If you're not able to communicate, you're not able to win, basically.
So, what does esports mean to you personally, and how has it impacted your life?
It's helped me a lot. I've got more like, I used to be like really camera shy, and I used to be like really insecure about myself, and it's really helped me like get used to myself, be really happy. I'm really optimistic now. I'm really like loud. So.
Each of you, how long have you been playing esports, League of Legends?
I've been playing League of Legends for 2 years, I'd say. I only started because of the esports program.
I played a little bit before the esports program, but as soon as it started up and I saw that all my friends were joining, that's whenever I really started pumping hours into the game.
So why is esports important to you, and why should other schools consider bringing esports to their school?
Not everybody's athletic and not everybody likes to do academic type competitions, and there's a big group of people that like to play video games and they have really no other group at school to fit into. I think he does a really good job of bringing people together from all types of different places.
Being on the esports team has given me personally leadership experience that I just wouldn't have gotten anywhere else because I just don't play normal sports.
I have played just about every sport under the sun, and I would have to say that community-wise and just overall environment, this is definitely my favorite sport, and I strongly recommend that every school has an esports team.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got a very friendly atmosphere.
What does esports mean to you, Cameron?
Esports has been something that for the past year has affected my life a lot. It's allowed me to to make a lot of friendships and new bonds, and it's really helped me with figuring out who I am as a person.
How has your leadership abilities grown over the past few seasons as team captain?
Well, being captain, you have to know when to make some tough calls in the game and with teams, and it's allowed me to learn to actually put myself out there and make those calls.
Why should other schools have an esports program?
I believe that all schools that have the players that have students that are interested should have an esports program because it allows a lot of different types of students out there to get involved in activities that otherwise wouldn't. So a lot of us, well, some of us at least, don't participate in any other activities besides esports. For me, for example, that is my only activity outside of school.
What advice would you give to students who want to be on an esports team but maybe don't know much about League of Legends or Rocket League?
Well, a lot of the players that have actually joined esports over the past year has been very new to the game, or not without even playing the game. A lot of them haven't even played on a PC before. So to get better at it, you just have to play, really. You just have to get used to the controls and try to learn the game the best.
So what is your role on the team?
I am the assistant coach.
So what is your past experiences with esports and video games?
So I started playing video games when I was really young. My sister had a Super Nintendo, So I started out playing Mario on that just like everybody else in my generation, and then just sort of moved up as I got older. Played quite a bit in high school in some amateur leagues for Call of Duty. Wasn't good enough for that, and then moved on to college, where I helped start the esports program at Western Kentucky University.
Can you describe how you actually coach esports?
It's really similar to traditional sports that we see before. We review game film. That's probably the most effective tool. We do that, try to at least once a week to see where we've made mistakes. But then we also have to read patch notes and look at videos, see what champions are the best right now, and sort of gear week to week what champions we can play best and what champions are best in the meta, which is a little bit different. It keeps you on your toes, but definitely one of the bigger things we do.
Why should other schools bring esports to their campus?
I think other schools should bring esports because it brings in students who traditionally aren't interested in sports or even after-school programs in general. It builds a sense of community in places that we haven't had that sense of community before. It makes video games much more personal, much more fun and meaningful than we've seen over the past few years. I think esports are vital to this next generation. It's going to take over the world if it hasn't already, and we need to prepare these kids for this new future and give them the opportunity to take that jump.